Oh, gosh, I can't believe I have finally finished this book. Ugh, it is so funny to think that this is the only book I have read from Jane Austen, but I already feel like I know her way too much. I mean, the amount of time my teachers have talked about her was insurmountable, and the way she writes? Yeah, I can feel her through the pages. I don't know if she has really lived any of the situations described in the book, but I bet so. She writes so assertively that it is impossible to think of anything else. Hmm, Thinking about that, it would be great to talk to her and ask her this kind of questions. I wonder if someday I'll be able to travel back in time and meet her. Imagine interviewing her. It would be any journalist's dream. Oh my gosh, it is so late already. I think I'm going straight to bed. I'm not bad to be working at night. Good night, world. Ooh. Good morning, sunshine. Oh, oh, oh my god. What happened here? Where am I? This isn't my bed. And these aren't the same clothes I was wearing yesterday. Am I still sleeping? Is this a dream? It must be a dream. Oh, but it can't be. I'm too conscious for it to be a dream. Oh no. Oh no. I think I have traveled back in time. Uh, what is this note here? It says I have an appointment with Jane Austen today, and I'm going to interview her? What? But I'm not even a journalist. Oh man, are my dreams actually coming to reality? What am I going to do? I don't have anything special, and I don't have anything prepared. What am I going to ask her? And I'm an alien from the future. Is she going to think I'm a fraud? Oh no, I can mess things up. This will be my only chance. I have to make it right. I've watched Bridgerton. I'm sure I can make a good impression of a gentleman from the 1800s. Yeah, I can do it. I can do it. Oh, gosh. There she is. Jane Austen. In person. And I'm going to interview her? Oh, I'm feeling like Louis Lane, the greatest journalist to ever live. Now calm down, Felipe. Calm down. You need to make it right. Let's go over every step again. Slowly. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay, I think I'm prepared. Let's go meet her. Hello, Mrs. Austen. It is a great pleasure to meet you. Hope you're doing well.
The pleasure is all mine. I was looking forward to this interview. It is my first time talking formally about my work to anyone other than my relatives.
First of all, let me ask you to introduce yourself. Talk a little about your personal life and what inspired you to become a writer.
Okay then, my name is Jane Austen, and I'm from Hampshire, England, and I'm the eldest daughter in a family of 7 siblings. I have an older sister, and she is my confidant. She was the first person to ever touch any of my writings, and she is the one that helps me when I need any piece of advice. My father, George Austen, is the smartest man I have ever met. He is a private tutor and everything any gentleman should be. He is also director of the Anglican parishes at Sevington. My father owns many books. He has a library filled with everything you may think of. When I was younger, I started to love novels, and my father had many of them for me to read. I never really thought of becoming a professional writer. I merely wrote the stories that came to my mind to get rid of my boredom and to have a laugh with my family. We have always been lovers of literature, so my personal books were always well accepted by them. If it hadn't been for my father's approving of my writings and the experience that I had taking part in some theatrical plays directed by my brothers at Sevington, my life would have been much different. I'm grateful for the support and happy to be making money with my stories nowadays. I can finally pay them back for everything they did for me.
Novelist, do you see yourself as an inspiration for the female population?
I didn't used to think of that, but recently I've changed the way I see myself. Women are usually belittled by their male counterpart and start thinking of themselves as something special. My book, Pride and Prejudice, is mainly about that. Elizabeth is a smart girl, and she knows that. She doesn't let her mother guide her life the way she thinks best. She imposes her preferences and tries to change her reality. She can see through people and through their real intentions. She lives her life the way she was meant to live. You can say that I'm a role model for being a pioneer and one of the first writers to write the story of a woman with feelings that overcome the barrier of simple love for a perfect man. Through my characters, I try to show others the true potential of a female. I try to show that we are much more than men may think of us.
Your writings really are reality changing. It is impossible for someone to finish one of your books and still keep the same understanding of how society works. And that is one of the things that I love about it. Going to the next question. Being a female novelist, can you describe how it was for you? The hardships and the things you had to go through?
To be honest, I try not to think much of that. If I did, I'm sure I would get depressed. Not being able to publish my books with my name on them and having to deal with the prejudice of the general population is most of the time irritating. If it only came from men, I would be able to understand it. But when women too criticize my work just for it having been written by a fellow lady, I can get emotionally stable. I wonder if someday things will change. Maybe in the future, women and men will be seen as equals, and girls will be featured dream.
Continuing on this subject, what would you say to the other girls who aspire to be like you?
That is a great question. First of all, get educated. No one will hold a candle for you if you're not smart in this world. Silly girls are always treated like shallow individuals and aren't given much attention. Read as much as you can and learn your rights. That was what I did to become the person that I am today. Secondly, you need to be surrounded by people that support you. If your parents, for example, don't support the decisions that you want to take in life, do not let them drag you down. Become independent and create your own legacy. This journey will be tiring, but I'm sure that it will be worth it.
Now, a little personal question that I have always wanted to ask you. You don't need to answer if you feel uncomfortable. While reading your books, it is clear to me that you have a great understanding of relationship and love. So, may I conclude that you are well experienced in that area?
Oh, what a silly question. I'm going to answer it because it shouldn't be a topic of embarrassment to anyone. I have dated a couple of gentlemen in my life, but none have come to fruit. My relationships with men were often brief. Many of them didn't have enough money to marry me, and the romance ended up cooling. I'm still young, though, and have dreams of marrying a fine man, one that understands me just like my sister Cassandra.
Thank you again for the opportunity of interviewing you, Mrs. Austin. I'm pretty sure you'll be even more famous in the future, and I hope you remember me.
Of course I will. Thank you.